If we talk about the operation kind of things, what company should adopt?
All e-commerce is going to have a supply chain.
मेरे को काम करके भी result नहीं मिला, that doesn't matter. So process is that important.
How do you think that tracking happens?
They should be aware like मैं अगर ये कंपनी में जा रहा हूँ तो मुझे इस चीज़ के बारे में तो knowledge होना चाहिए.
The students also have to understand that this is going to change.
After coming to operations, what particular field or job role we are finding?
We are talking about students who could learn something and up their skill.
Opportunity available in the market.
Basics of any field, whether it's operations or any other, you should know the basics.
Future of IoT and how is evolving.
It's fine if you don't have an engineering background.
We human personally don't need to run that thing.
The integration part can be innovative.
What is the myth like student and the parents right now carrying? If we see the Nike, they are right now launching some of the products which are capable to refurbish. And in the industry, what framework or example you can say that company should adopt to come to the if we talk about the operation kind of things, what company should adopt to refurbish their product and how they can gain much trust in the market by refurbishing that.
Right. So basically now sustainability is like very important, right? It's gaining a lot of attention. Everyone is being conscious about it, which is great. So if I have to give you a very good example, a lot of electronic products, right, like cell phones, laptops, if you see, are refurbished.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that sort of it started in the market with the electronic products, and some people do purchase those refurbished products. Like Apple has a lot of refurbished iPhones. I don't know if you have seen them. But yeah, that's how the trend sort of started, and I think it's a great idea. It's a great initiative to that. There are also government rules and policies that sort of encourage the manufacturers to take some products back and then get them back into the market. So that's also one initiative that helps here.
So ma'am, as right now we can see in 21st century, AI is writing code, IoT is managing all the stuffs which are managing by the humans. But what are the skills which are required for MBA students to come up with the new ideas in the operation field?
Okay, so you may find this very old philosophy, but I would still go with the fact that the basics should be clear before you can do anything else with it, right? So the basics of any field, whether it's operations or any other, you should know the basics. And then when it comes to tools, softwares, AI, IoT, right, there's a lot that's coming up. The integration part can be innovative and thought of only when you know what exactly is happening in the field, and for that it's very important to know the basics. So in terms of skill set, the basics should be clear. So if I have to give you a very simple example, in business statistics, we study normal distribution, right? Now, if you understand what is normal distribution, then whether you solve it using Excel or SPSS or SAS or Minitab or MATLAB doesn't matter, right? Then once you understand the basic distribution, it's only about learning the tool. Okay. Which can also be a part of a self-learning and motivation towards that industry. So the basics have to be clear, and then motivation also plays a role because you need to keep yourself updated with the latest technologies.
So is that a particular rule that at the end मेरे को मेरा result अच्छा मिलना चाहिए, but process doesn't matter? Is that a thing? Or there should be a focus more on the process rather than the result? Result could be any. We are not knowing about the result. मेरे को काम करके भी result नहीं मिला, that doesn't matter. So process is that important, you mean to say? Amazon used to deliver 1.5 million deliveries each day. It's like a huge kind of operations thing they are doing in a if we talk about in a social way or if we talk about globally. So what are the operational management thing that a student should aware of while they are going for any MNC or if they are going through any company? They should be aware मैं अगर ये company में जा रहा हूँ तो मुझे इस चीज़ के बारे में तो knowledge होना चाहिए. So what are those things which a student should know?
So, from an operations perspective,
Yeah.
okay, some basics are common throughout any business. If you see, right now, since you took an example of Amazon, that's an e-commerce.
Yeah.
Okay, so all e-commerce is going to have a supply chain. The supply chain will have very similar elements, right? So again, those things and understanding what is a supply chain, right? How the e-commerce structure works, and then each element of supply chain is again different. Like you have suppliers, you have distributors, you have manufacturers. So each supply chain, every company's supply chain is different, but then there are some commonalities everywhere. So that is something one should know and think about.
Ma'am, as we see, like operational demands are increasing amendably. If we talk about Microsoft, Bain & Co. and XYZ, whichever company it is. So what are the basic role which a student can get in the particular operation domain only? Like if we talk about marketing, so we have so many things on that, digital marketing, sales and everything. But for the particular operation domain, what are the particular domain where I can go on in the operation?
Okay. So generally operations these days is very much linked to supply chain. Okay. But that's not the only part of operations. So if I have to give you like different roles, right? So supply chain manager, supply chain analyst is something that's one part of it. But operational strategies is a very big part of operations, where you are actually taking operational problems and then developing strategies for it, right? So that's also a major section of operations. A lot of consultants do that, right? So these companies, like bigger companies like Amazon and all the examples that you took, they hire consultants from, again, great consulting companies to do some of their work that they need to do. A very small thing like negotiations a lot of times is handled by the consultants. Procurement, so consultants are going everywhere because what they learn is strategies and how to do things properly. So consulting is a part where operations students can go and do things very well. So supply chain consultants, and then there's a technical side of it where you're talking about the lean concepts. So there's continuous improvement, the person who handles that, lean, then quality inspector, quality manager, all of those are also part of operations. And then project management is also part.
Yeah, because whenever we take the example of operations, if I'm talking about my peers, so they were like, we have to choose our major as an operation. So after coming to operations, what particular field or job role we are finding that we are not knowing. But yeah, after this answer, we get some clarity. So ma'am, as a Tesla, Uber, all these industries are evolving every minute, we can say. So what are some career paths or else like the opportunity available in the market for these roles? To like, as I want to go for MNC, what particular career path I have to set for that to achieve that goal?
So currently the most popular term is analysts, right? That goes everywhere. And it's mostly because every industry is generating so much of data and there's so much you can do with that data, right? So yeah, I would say like this analysts. So you have analysts everywhere, in every field, right? Like marketing analysts you have, financial analysts you have. Similarly, in operations, you can have like supply chain analysts, you have consultant analysts, business analysts. So I think those are very key skills at this point because companies are exploring a lot of things they can do with data, and that is going to help them make processes better and efficient and improve the overall businesses.
All right. So do you mean like after completing my graduation, whether it's a BCom, BBA or a BTech, I should be more aware about the analytic on trend which are going in the market? Like I should prepare my career goal in that sense, which will give me a proper awareness about the industry in an analytical way, because MNCs are expecting that from the candidates.
Yes.
All right.
So there are definitely the running positions, right? The technical positions that come in, which will always remain.
Okay.
So there are definitely the running positions, right? The technical positions that come in, which will always remain.
Okay.
Like as I was mentioning, the quality manager or the continuous improvement, supply chain manager. But if you have to learn something new, since we are talking about students who could learn something and up their skills, right?
Yeah.
So analysis, like data analysis, is something that I think they.
As we know, we are in 21st century. Sustainability is the biggest thing, which government and corporate both are fighting for. If we see for the particular sustainability, we have to look after our product management, productions. So there we have a particular point of cost effectiveness. And with that also, we have to, go for the regulation of company as well as the government regulations also. So what are the major thing a company should look for?
Trying to be more sustainable at this point also comes with higher cost associated with it, be it from a industry perspective, even from a consumer perspective, right? If you go in the market right now and try to buy a product that is eco-friendly, it's going to be more expensive than the normal alternative that you have, right? So it adds cost because we are still developing that part of sustainability and trying to adapt it into every single thing that we have. One successful example you can see is like EVs, right? It's you can say it's a part of sustainable initiative.
Definitely. Yeah.
And people are appreciating it, people are buying it. So such alternatives could be sort of found in every industry and then worked on it. Though from the very beginning, it's not going to be cost effective or like cost efficient, right?
Okay.
So if one can find that balance, nothing else. I think everyone is trying to find that balance between sustainability and cost.
It's like there should be a particular niche that agar I am running my company, I should be more aware about my environment, my surrounding, and I should offer the best thing which I can get for the consumer. As we can see in our day-to-day regular life, IoT is involved in that sense. Like if I want to analyze my daily work, I have my watch. I have my smart fan, which can analyze at what time I can switch on and switch off that. So what is the future of IoT and how is evolving right now, and what more we can expect? वो time stage पे IoT इतना पहुंच जाएगा कि we don't have to do any work. Is that so?
See, this IoT, blockchain, and all of these technologies were there. So there are different industrial revolutions that happened. Okay, so the smart devices, IoT, was considered as Industry 4.0. That was the fourth industrial revolution that happened. You must have heard the term Industry 4.0, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's part of that. Now, what we are getting into is Industry 5.0.
All right.
Which is integration of 4.0, so all the smart devices, but integration of the smart devices with humans.
Okay.
So that way we are not really the industry is not really trying to remove the humans part, but integrate the human factors along with the smart devices, right? So, but yeah, it has developed a lot. It has a lot of benefits. If we just have to think, right? Let's say you go to a store and buy any food packet, and you find it defective, it's expired, whatever, or it's smelling bad and it's not really good. If you return it, the company, because they have these barcodes and all the tracking systems, can actually track in which batch this was manufactured.
Okay.
Then the material that was used to manufacture this batch, then which supplier produced that particular ingredients, and then when did that supplier procure or produce that. So it can be traced back all the way till its raw material. And then the issues, it is so much easier to find the issue whether any particular batch was defective.
Yeah.
Right? And then these products get recalled.
So with that,
how do you think that tracking happens? It happens because there are systems in place. You can track blockchain. There are these data management systems, right, where you can see the entire supply chain and everything that's happening in that. So I think it's a big innovation that has happened, which helps you track every single product and every single thing in a supply chain.
There are so many things which are in the automations. We human personally don't need to run that thing, but they will going to work according to themselves if we give some kind of sort of instruction. So as particularly in the operation field, what would be your guidance or what would be your suggestions for the students to come in this industry and work for that thing, and after that they can make the career on that particular field?
I think learning these technologies is one part of it, to understand what is IoT or what is blockchain and all. The other part is learning how to integrate it into the field that you want to go in.
Okay.
Right. So, for example, I like the supply chain example that we just discussed right now. Right. It's a integration of Industry 4.0 into an operations field. Right.
Okay.
So, it's more about thinking how to adapt it,
Okay.
right, than just seeing or learning the applications.
Yeah.
So two things are important here: understanding what is operations and industry and how that works, and then understanding the emerging technologies. Right, and that is something one has to keep learning and keep up with it, because
have
it's
to
going to
push
change.
ourselves
So
every
we
time.
have to keep up with it, right? When we were studying, there were no softwares or tools that we learned, right? But then we also have to adapt to these things and incorporate, teach. But when you are learning, the students also have to understand that this is going to change. Okay? Eventually, after 5 years, if you're working in an industry, you may have to learn and do a different software or a different tool that needs to be done. So one part is understanding your core, like the basics of the field,
Okay.
and then keeping up constantly with like what's coming up, especially all these emerging technologies. And there's one side to it, debatable side to it, whether there are good uses of these technologies and then not so good uses of these technologies. So understanding that fine line between it and then incorporating it, that's
Okay.
like, for example, these devices generate a lot of data,
Yeah.
and data privacy is what the issue that comes with it. So understanding how to protect the data, or which data should be protected. and
Everything
which
is coming with the
data
pros and
should be
cons, but yeah, hands on hand. All right. Okay. So the last question would be, what is the myth like student and the parents right now carrying for this domain? Because ma'am, finance, marketing, if we talk about any major domain, they have some certain kind of a surety, like yeah, I will make a future in computer science or else like in the marketing. But operation is still a such domain where students are like having a small concern, like can I just go? So what are the myth we can resolve?
Right. So there's one thing I always hear from a lot of students is, do we need an engineering background to do operations?
It's also a big question.
That's always a question. Depending on which side of operations. So as I said, operations again have different domains, right? If you say you want to go in some very technical manufacturing kind of a role, then probably you need engineering, because you need to understand how the manufacturing processes work.
Yeah.
But if I have to go in e-commerce or the supply chain side of it, or consulting roles, strategies kind of a thing, you don't really, it's fine if you don't have an engineering background, because you are doing your MBA, right? That is what you're learning in your MBA degree,
Yeah.
strategies, supply chain, all of that. So it helps. So, I mean, it's not entirely wrong to say that you need engineering or you do not need engineering. For some roles you do, and for some roles it's fine if you don't have the engineering background. So I think that's one of the myths that not myths, but students have asked a couple of times. The other is that people feel operations is linked to a lot of shop floor work, which is not true. I mean, again, one part of it, yes, but not everyone ends up working on shop floor, right? It's a vertical structure, and there's only the specific number of people or specific groups that work on the shop floor. You may have to interact with those people. You may have to visit the floor to understand things.
Okay.
But you're not going to work on the shop floor 24/7.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
So it depends on what position you go in. Let's say you take a position of supply chain analyst. Right? It's not a shop floor role.
Yeah.
So that is the second thing that I have heard most commonly.
Yeah. All right. It was really wonderful, ma'am, to catch you here in this podcast. Thank you so much.